Welcome back. This is Easy Rollers D&D, and we are on episode 31 of Amion. Last episode, the party left Barnack and set sail for Port Horizon in Ventus aboard their newly acquired ship, the Bunty. It was fairly plain sailing, and on their arrival, Captain Ashara offered for the three deckhands to stay on with them as permanent crew, which they did. Parting ways, the party made their way into the town, where they quickly discovered all was not well here. A local man stood to give a speech to an assembled crowd, but it was quickly broken up by a mysterious robed figure that interrupted with guards at his side. This man was in turn interrupted by an even more imposing figure, much taller, much broader, and even more intimidating. The crowd were dispersed, and promises made by the figure that things would get better, but not by these means. As this was going on, an older man named Zubar invited the party to the Amber Quarter if they wished to learn more. But before that, they set about their main goal of identifying the magic items collected from the Sky Vault. And as all good adventures do, the party ended the day in a local tavern, which is also a multi-storey hotel. Here we met a rather confused local, or perhaps travelling dead sheep merchant, who now, thanks to Gotland Rolio, decided to branch into selling shepherd's pies, and Opal retired to the baths, where she opted for a young man to give her a massage. Now, this is where we pick up the action, but I spoke with Baina outside of the game a couple of days ago, and I asked what her intentions were with Opal. Was she trying to drink some blood from this young man, or was she going to try and drink some blood from him if he was willing? Opal has decided she doesn't want to be direct about it. Just test the water and see how he reacts. She doesn't want any bother. So I decided we'll go with a performance check to be somewhere between sleight of hand and persuasion. She's not actively trying to persuade him to give blood. She's also not trying to be sneaky about it. She's just trying to will you let me if I just maybe have a little nibble? So with that in mind, Opal, let's open tonight with a performance check, please.
19 plus 120.
Lovely. Okay. So with that, he perhaps. So this isn't an older man. So obviously Opal appears as a 12, 13-year-old girl. We know she's much older than that. It's not unusual for rich merchants to allow their daughters, wives, whatever, to be pampered, and they'll pay for it in the baths. So to this young lad, let's call him 17, a younger girl coming in for a bath and a massage. It's a bit like going to the spa. It's not uncommon. He also knows about vampires. Vampires are a thing in Amion, as we know, from the Crimson Blade, etc. He kind of gets what you're going for. I'm going to roll to see if he's happy with you doing it or whether he's not. You have subtly made hints. Perhaps you've nibbled his arm a little bit as he was washing you and such. With a natural 20, he is accepting of the fact that you want to drink. He knows what vampires are, and he doesn't pull away. He's just like, oh, yeah, okay, this is happening.
Okay. Do you want me to roll or?
I think we need a constitution check or save with Opal. Can you stop yourself?
Resist. Yeah.
Or do you drink heartily and drain him?
11.
With an 11, you perhaps drink a little more than what he was willing to give, and he's very weary afterwards. And it's kind of like he's slumping a little bit, like from the heat of the baths as well. He's looking very pale, and I'm so sorry, miss. I cannot give any more, and I don't feel well. Perhaps you can help me to my room.
I am sorry. I am afraid I didn't control myself as good as I want to, and I am happy to help you to your room, and I'm happy to also give you a good like a good tip for that, because I do appreciate what you have done, and I am sorry if I made you feel unwell.
He says, it's okay, it's okay. There are people who come and they we lose sometimes from people who care. I appreciate your stop, but now please take me to my room.
Yes, and I helped him to his room.
Yeah, so you kind of like you get dressed and he sort of directs you, and maybe a few like staff at this hotel are like looking like, oh god, another one. Um, some kind of look at you with disgust. Others are like, well, it's business. But you know, you help him to his room, and it's up
Does
to,
he? I order for the people to bring him a good broth, a lot of wine, and a nice steak, and I leave 10 gold pieces for him,
yeah.
just as a thank you.
It seems to be appreciated. Um, it is the evening. I believe we left it with Gottel and Rodeo were going to retire to their rooms. I don't know. We actually did we say how many? Oh no, Gottel wasn't going to a room, was he? Gottel didn't need a room. He said so. They're saving money and staying up in the bar. Rodeo was going to go back to his room, and Opal was having a bath and then going to her room. So, how do you want to proceed? It's up to you entirely.
Well, I'll be just going into my sentinel, sort of sat at the bar, gazing into open space, but taking my rest that way for a short little while. So,
Do we remember what time we have to meet Subar?
No, not particularly. He just sort of said, if you have a stomach for it, see him tomorrow.
Oh, it's all tomorrow, is it? Right, yeah. Then yeah, probably probably long, go to bed, basically. Hey.
Yeah, end the day.
Yes.
No problem. The next morning, you wake up, and to each room, maids, and they're sort of very scantily dressed in see-through silks, sort of bring exotic fruits, wine, also fruit juices, pastries to the rooms. If you want it, there are teas and such, like a herbal tea. They don't really drink coffee here. It would be too heavy. It's too hot an environment. So it's like everything's designed to be refreshing and like stimulating, um, to help try and keep you going, keep you hydrated.
Can I get a Nipton iced tea?
A what? Iced tea? Was that? I hope that wasn't a brand.
Nipton. No, Nipton.
A Nipton.
Nipton. Yeah.
You
Shit
can
with
ha-
the bum cocktails and.
Yeah, you can have a Nipton iced tea. They know what that is and they make that readily for you. Some lemons, so they get start off a nice green tea and then they mix in some ice and mint leaves and squeeze of lemon.
I'll take my tea and wait for everyone in the lobby.
Yeah. Gossel's probably already there, powered down, ready to be coming out of sentry mode.
I'll tap him on the head, like quick knock.
yeah, that'll be
Morning,
£3.50.
Gottel.
Morning. Top of the morning to you.
Any news?
Hey, what?
You see anything?
No, not really. I wasn't really looking out for anything particular, just sort of drifting.
Fair enough. Any news on Opal?
And at that point, Opal is coming down the stairs, and you see there's a little bit of rose in her cheeks, and she's really happy. She's like, "Hi, good morning."
Good baths here then.
Oh, it was amazing. Thank you.
Well, we gotta go see if she's done with our items. Our friend Trixie?
Yeah.
What
Rixie.
Trixie, wasn't it? Yeah.
Rixie of trinkets and all.
That's what I'm getting, yeah. Go see her and see what she's done, and then we gotta go find this sweet bar guy. If you want to.
Yeah, let's go.
Sweet.
I'm really curious to see what we got.
Yeah, I think Pixis is too. So we'll go see Rixie at Trix.
Okay, so you want to go to see Rixie at trinkets and all. So you head to the Amber Quarter, that rundown section of the town where poverty has really been hit hard, or people have been hit hard with poverty, I should say. Poverty's not been hit hard because nothing's been done about it. So
Yes.
you head
Just
to
like them.
yeah, just like home. You head to they're all, sandstone sort of buildings. As I said, all the very colourful awnings outside to offer shelter to passers-by and prospective customers looking through windows, perhaps. And you come to Rixie's, trinkets and all. She's just sort of setting up. It's the little goblin lady with the top hat. And you enter and she sees you and she goes, "Ah, hello again. Nice to see you. I spent a bit of time with your items last night, and I know what they are for you."
Awesome. Enlighten us, please, Saffron.
Okay, so we had a crown.
That's right. It's right. Golden little crown.
That turned out to be a crown of ethereal dominion. A very rare item. It's going to require a spellcaster to attune to it. Then we had some gauntlets. Again, very rare items. It's going to require attunement. These were the Stormforged gauntlets. And then there was, let's see now, there was a mantle, I believe. This is the Skybound mantle, again, very rare, requires it. Where have you got these items from? I mean, it must have been pretty prestigious.
We went exploring on Barnack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess there's ruins there, and there's probably some pretty decent gear. Well, clearly there's some pretty decent gear to be found. But yeah, this mantle, that's the Skybound mantle, is very rare again. It needs attunement. Let's see now. What did I manage to find out about these things? This mantle, it should allow you to levitate. You can. I think you can control the weather with it. Let me see.
Oh, wow.
What else have we got here? So the gauntlets. They must have been like some like ancient war gauntlets, like maybe worn by like an elite guard or something. The metal is magically infused, and they can do lightning damage to people. You can cast the spell. Have you heard of a spell called? It's like a shocking grasp.
I've heard of it, yes.
You can cast this spell. Really good against metal things. Sorry to your little friend here.
What if he uses?
Sorry?
What if he uses them?
Oh, I wouldn't recommend that.
No? Okay.
I wouldn't want to put them on him and he gets shocked. The crown. There's like a residual of celestial energy to it. Uh, I think it was. I did some reading. I think it was once something to do with one of the rulers of these Sky Islands. Um, and I believe it will grant you the power to fly.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's quite handy because I've always wanted to be taller.
You can always levitate.
Yeah, the other item will allow you to levitate, but this one will allow you to actually fly. Uh, and I believe you will be able to understand, possibly speak celestial or primordial with it.
Yeah, it'd be handy if
Amion.
I meet any angels or anything, you know.
And then the last thing you gave me was this lance, right?
Yes.
Um, Definitely forged from some kind of a meteorite. Uh, there's an ancient form of magic in it. Don't know what it is, but I get the feeling it could do thunder damage in its current form.
Ooh. That's very interesting.
But this
Can I
is
bring-
this is like I've never seen this before. Never even heard of it.
What is the last one? What did you say it is?
It's a lance,
What is a lance? Sorry, so I don't understand the word.
a very
It's a-
long
Spear.
pole arm.
Okay, thanks.
With a big blade on the end. Can I bring Pixis out
Yeah,
and see how he reacts with that a little bit more information?
it's the same as before. He's like, Pixis seems to be desperate to bond with the part of it that is in the lance, but it can't access it. So you just hear like these frustrated words like, "Pixis, no access. Gain access."
So, Rexy, is there any chance we can disassemble this lance?
Well, yeah, but I'm not a blacksmith or anything.
Is there anyone in town that would be able to?
You son of a gun! You would make me open the document I haven't got open, wouldn't you?
Every time.
Why do Rollo, why do you want to open the spear?
My dagger is more interested in it than.
She'll she'll
Oh,
say
okay.
to you, yeah, you could go to the Desert Flame blacksmith. The owner's called Thorn Embercleft. They're Goliath.
Pen.
He's pretty grumpy though. He doesn't like it here. It's too hot, but he stays for some reason. Good trade, I guess.
Okay, sorry. I just needed to get my pen. Can I get his it's Fawn? What was his shop called?
Desert Flame Blacksmiths.
A blacksmith that don't like the heat.
No, well, he doesn't mind the heat, like of the forge. It's the fact that it's the heat of the forge and the heat of this place. And I don't know. I guess I think he got stuck here a while ago, and he just kind of never really had the money to leave, and now he's kind of just stuck here. I guess I don't know. Ask him.
Oh, thank you. How much do we owe you?
Oh, do you know what? I like helping folks out. You can have this one, but I mean, times are tough, and if you can spare any food, then that would be greatly appreciated.
Well, how much is a good meal here nowadays for a goblin?
Well, it's not just me; it's my family. I mean, I tell you what. Why don't you give me 50 gold, and I'll be able to get us some food for maybe a couple of weeks.
I'll give her 100 gold.
Oh, you're too kind, Mister. Thank you very much.
No, you've been very helpful.
Well, I try. Thank you. I just wish that more people would appreciate my work.
I'm sure we're going to be using you in the future, so look out for us.
I certainly will. I just hope things get better in the town.
Well, we'll work on something, I'm sure.
Okay, thank
Actually,
you.
well, what do you know about Zubar?
Zubar, oh, he's a good guy. He's yeah, he's been here a while. Well, he's lived here all his life. Um, sure, it hasn't escaped you notice. He's a fairly old fella. He
Oh,
he wants the best for the people. He wants the best for a town. He doesn't agree with his granddaughter, who wants to do things by. He's a peaceful guy. Other people aren't quite so patient as he is. Good guy.
what was
I
his
would
granddaughter
trust
called?
him.
Who's his granddaughter?
Oh God, what was her name? Ishani. Hang on, let me get the doc. Yeah, Ishani.
Have we met Ashani yet?
No, I don't think you had yet.
Okay, no worries. So, I'm sorry to bug you again, Vixie here. What's Ashani wanting to do? What side of
Ishani.
the coin does she fall on?
She's well, you see, Ishani is part of a. She's part of a different group. I mean, they're all kind of like the same, but hang on, let me just find the thing. She's part of the broken chain. They're kind of like the more militant rebels in town who are against everything and trying to stop the crown. They're trying to overthrow the government. I mean, Zubar is part of the broken chain, but he's kind of away from. He's not so radical. It's kind of like split between pacifists and radicals. It's a very complicated system.
I'm sure we're going to learn some more today. Okay. Well, if you can find any more information out for us, just keep your ears open.
I mean, hey, I hear all sorts going through here, but I mean, that's what I can tell you. I mean, what else do you want to know? There's the brass guard. They're the enforcers from Illustandria.
Are they that's the one, the second imposing?
Well, you saw that little standoff in the street yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, you've got Ferronax on the council here, and we've kind of got our own little militia here in town, and they try and keep the peace, but they're not really doing a great job. And so you have the brass guard come down from the Standria, and they kind of got this guy with them who was the one who was trying to like stop the speech in the street.
Yeah.
But they're all kind of afraid of Ferronax, hence why they back down. But the brass guard and this other guy, I don't know who he is. Nobody really knows who he is, but he seems to have like planted himself on the council. We're not sure. But yeah, brass guard are bad news.
Okay.
And if
And
they
what side
come,
of the coin do you fall on, Vixie?
me, oh, I'm definitely I'm with the broken chain. I'm with Zubar. I kind of want to support Ishani, but I don't want any trouble. I think Zubar is right in the way he wants to do things. He wants to do it through the political means, and I think that's the right way of doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a lover, not a fighter, baby.
Good to hear. Right, yeah. Well, thank you very much, Rixie. We'll definitely be seeing you soon.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your coin. That's greatly appreciated. Me and my family's gonna really, we'll get some good out of this.
Awesome. Right, yeah. Is there anywhere you guys want to go?
What should we do with the things we've got? How to use them?
I think the Thunder Gauntlets are for yourself. Because me and Gold have more casters. Where you up close and
You could also sell them. Just bear in mind, you don't have to use them.
Yeah, but I think we've got enough money.
Didn't we think the crown was also the key to helping fly the island?
Well, it's certainly a thing when you think we picked that up from Rixie there, regardless of from me. Yes, it says that it might be able to do. Maybe there's an insignia on it or something that looks like a floating island, kind of like a hallmark. But I guess we won't know for sure until we've attuned to them, because magic items take getting used to and rubbing the edges off. You have to polish them with Duraglit and give them a bit of a buffing and try them out at different angles, that kind of thing.
How long? Because I don't think I've attuned before. How long do you think it takes to do the attunement?
Are you asking me, or are you asking your fellow party members?
Opal is asking everybody. Like my friend.
I think you just have to sleep on it, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
So, are there should we explore around the place to see if there are any shops, if there is anything that we can maybe buy, and just a little bit of a shopping?
Yeah. You all have a shopping day out. especially others that we can't see. But yeah.
For attunement, you have to, spend a little bit of time studying it, turning it over in your hands and thinking about how it might be used. You might be better doing that at the end of the day, or at the start of the day before you do anything else. It takes a little while. But generally speaking, it's not days, it's like an hour of concentrated study. Unless I'm going to be overruled because of the rules of this particular world.
Well, when I found that ring, it was pretty much overnight.
The god in the sky hasn't overruled me, so I'm going to go with that.
We are all safe.
Yeah, your Gottle's knowledge is bang on.
Yeah, I think Opal would like to look around the place, see what other shops there are there, or how the life is in this place.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. Have a look around. I'm keeping an eye out for. I can't even write my hand right. Desert Flame. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Is there anything you can do temporarily, Corpse, just to bring your mic a little bit closer to your mouth, because it's still very quiet? Sorry.
Like there, I don't know. I'm looking right inside.
All right, now you're definitely.
Now we can hear
you blew out a few ears on that one.
Sorry about that, squadron leader.
Oh God.
Right, is that better?
That is a heck of a lot better.
Yeah.
But maybe not so close that you're blowing people's ears out.
Sorry about that.
A happy medium would be nice. Thank you.
I've never met a happy medium. They're all miserable bastards because they speak to the dead.
So am I to take it you're going to derail the entire situation and go shopping?
I'm only looking for the blacksmith, dude.
We don't need to spend much time. It's just because it's the first time we're coming in this place, and it's nice to see, what's happening around.
Okay.
You might use the mooching to do a little bit of intel gathering and, poking around a little, as well, but mainly looking for this blacksmith fellow.
Where is the shop?
You didn't ask for directions to, did you? There.
Oh, I mean, you could have a little wander around the
Yeah,
town
sure.
and come upon him. I'm just trying to find where the shop bit's gone. Oh, it's a different tab. That's why. Too many tabs for this place. Too many tabs.
I know that feeling. 2 screens and you can't fit enough stuff on them.
That's it. There we are, shop owners. Alright, yeah, I mean, you have a little wander around. And, I mean, you could probably see smoke rising from a particular place, and it's not particularly common for smoke to be rising in this place, because why would people need fires in such a warm environment? And you come across Desert Flame Blacksmiths, and it is an open building. There's no, it wouldn't be closed at night. It's just open. There's a forge, there's a pit, there's all the various tools and workbenches and stuff, and you see this very sweaty, sort of grey-skinned Goliath hammering away at some metal on a jackhammer. He's on an anvil. Sorry, he's got an apprentice sort of looking on, and he's sort of pointing things out to him. He's got sort of burned, scarred arms. Yeah, that's what you see.
Okay, I'm going to approach him, but hello, matey.
And he sort of turns around and he goes, "Hello, matey. What do you want? What can I help you with?"
So I'm going to pull out, show him the lance, and I'm going to bring Pixis out as well. I wonder if you can help. I believe in the lance there is something that looks a lot like this dagger.
He says, "Malk, will you take over the hammering here?" And the apprentice sort of like nods, and he's a little like human kid, dark skinned. Starts taking over. He's got a shaved head. And it starts ting 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 ting. Right, what is it you want me to do with your hammer? What is it your lance? Sorry.
Just seeing if you can deconstruct it to find. I believe the inside of it will be, and I'll show him the Pixis again. Something along the lines of this. Like a shard, maybe.
So Pixis is always just the handle, isn't it? And then the blade appears in your hand, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So as you hand it to him, are you sort of manifesting the blade as well?
Yes.
So he sort of sees this handle come out of your belt, and then the blade manifests. And he's, "Oh, magic blade. Well, that's
yes.
beyond me, mate. I don't do magic blades."
Nothing to do with this blade, and I'll put that one away. The lance,
Right.
I believe, has got something inside it that looks like that blade.
So you're saying bit of that blade's inside of that lance?
Yes, I believe so.
Alright. I can have a look. And he takes it from you and he starts eyeing it up. And he sort of sees that perhaps there's like a bit where a thread used to be. He gets a knife out and removes a bit of leather or something that was covering up a join, or let's say, and oh, well, alright, so the handle's in 2 pieces, or the shaft's in 2 pieces. And he starts to, oh, it's been jammed. Hang on. And he takes a hammer and he starts whacking the thing, and then he goes, "Oh, I just need a bit of grease." And he sticks his hand in this big bucket of what looks like lard, and he's like working it in. And he goes, "Would you mind?" And he points to a towel hanging up.
Yeah, I'll just grab the towel.
"Thanks." And he takes it, he wipes his hands, and he puts it on the one end, and he holds the other, and he grips it. I'm going to make a strength check for him. I'm going to turn the light on so I can see. He strains at this thing, but it won't give. I, I, I can't get in there. I think it might be sealed magically somehow.
Right. So we need to find someone that can demagify it. Ah, okay. Well, thank you for trying.
You're most welcome. I'm sorry I couldn't be any more help. I don't do magic weapons.
Do you know anyone that does magic weapons?
Yeah, but not here. There's no
Okay.
magic weapon people here in Port Horizon.
Ah, fair enough. Where's the nearest magic?
Well, you're going to want one of them there fancy colleges. Nearest one here is Porthbury.
Let's see. Okay. No, we're headed back there. So, one day.
Let me think. Anybody else that might be able to help you? Well, what about Rixie? Maybe she could put a spell on it.
Mix has had a look at it, but then, yeah, we didn't actually ask her to see if she could take it apart, to be honest.
The only other thing I know stronger than me in this town would be Ferronax.
He's with the brass guard. No, he's not with the brass guard.
Ferronax, he's on the council. Likes to think that people don't know. He's only one of them dragons.
Oh, I had a feeling it was. We've had a couple of meetings with dragons.
Fiery sort he is. Red dragon.
Oh.
Don't want to catch him on a bad day. But he thinks nobody knows. He's been here so long, we all know. We know.
How long's he been the dragon of this region?
Oh, God, he's been here. How old am I? I'm 55. I'm sure I remember him as a boy. No man lives that long. No man's that big. He's bigger than me.
He is indeed, to be fair. He is quite...
And from what you saw in the street, you look as he says that, you think, shit me, yeah, he is bigger than a Goliath.
Okay. Well, Opal, do you need any of your weapons seen to while you're here?
I don't know. Do you have any magical weapons, or are they all?
No, I don't do magic weapons. I don't do magic.
You don't do.
I'm pretty traditional. You gotta remember, your sword is also magically imbued.
Yes, exactly. That's why if he doesn't have something better, he doesn't.
Oh, he won't have anything better. Definitely
yeah,
not.
So don't worry. Yeah. No, I'm good. We can move on.
He looks at Gottel. What about you? You're one of them forged creations. Do you need any work?
I think I'm more or less working quite well.
I might have. He sort of looks at you, and you can see you're sort of made of patchwork plate armor from your paladin days. I might have something in one of my stashes. Could add to your armor if you wanted. It would slow you down, but...
Well, I don't go that fast anyway on account of having little legs. So...
I could extend those if you want.
Well, I actually got a spare set in the backpack. Don't tell anyone. Keep it our secret there. But, the armor, how much would it slow me down, and how good is it going to be, you know?
Well, in game mechanics, I'm going to say it would slow you down 5 feet, but you could get a +2 bonus to AC. He would tell you, well, it will significantly slow you, but I could make you a lot harder to hurt.
Well, that sounds pretty good. And how long would it take to, do the measurements and fit it out?
Well, it'll just be a few plates taken off, a few thicker, stronger ones put on. Take an afternoon.
Right, it's like a spa day.
Bit like a spa day.
And how much would that be? You know.
Well, I've already got the materials. It's just my time, really. I could do it for $2.50 if you like.
$2.50. Sounds pretty good, I think. No. I think that's a fair price.
We can leave you here for a bit of gold.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to be stripping off my armour plates in front of all you lot, you know.
I can't say it'll be anything as fancy as what you look now. It might be a bit plainer, but like I say,
Is there anyone
a
that
bit more
does
protection.
decorative armour? That can decorate armour?
Not really in the town here. It's most people here are just, you know, food, drink, traders. I'll tell you what you could do. There's someone here called Silky, an elf. They own a haberdashery, a tailor. Always making some fairly flamboyant garments. Perhaps if I worked with them, perhaps we could come up with some fancy design for this armour, and they could guide me in how to make it look a bit more exotic.
What do you think, Cole?
There's also a bugbear in the town. Can't miss him. It stinks. Not him. Well, he does as well too, to be fair. But so does his shop. It's a tannery. It's called Taking the Piss Tannery. He does a lot of leather work. Well, that's all he does. Garrick's his name. You could have a chat with him. He might be able to come up with some sort of filigrees or something to go on the armour, make it look a bit more exciting.
Well, if you can do the upgrade, that'd be great.
I can do the upgrade for what I said, $2.50, but if we get others involved, they might have extra costs.
You know what? Look, I don't have to look posh. I'm not that bothered. I've got, you know, clothes to do the finer and fancier stuff.
There's
Let's incorporate this little bit here, because this has got the mark of the paladin on it, and I'd quite like that to be incorporated somewhere if you can.
there's another option. I know there's an artificer. Doesn't stay here, they travel. But if you could find an artificer and we could get together, I've got an idea for some sort of armour that perhaps wouldn't impede you so much all the time. It could be with their magical talents, we could kind of create an armour which, with a command, adds to your current body, giving you
like a fold-away hood kind of thing.
a fold-away hood. Yeah,
That sounds good. It'd be a convertible.
so you wouldn't have necessarily the penalties of can't move so quick all the time. You know what I mean?
That'd be quite good, and I'd get to keep the sort of base layer sort of thing, because you know that'd be quite nice.
I couldn't do it myself. I'd need the artificer as well, but so I do know of one. He travels about. But I mean, between us, it would just cost. Again, it's the cost. It's all down to what you think, cost-wise.
I think
I can't
No,
speak
it's
for him, but if there was an artificer, I think you'd be looking closer to the 1,000 gold mark, maybe 2. I don't know.
you know,
Or I can do the upgrade for 250 right now.
I go with 250 right now, and if I can find an artificer, he can fiddle it afterwards.
Oh, I know of an artificer. He travels through every now and again. He's just not
here at the
he's
minute.
not here right now.
What's his name?
His name
Is Michael Caine.
his name is Ward Dusk.
Excellent. Well, that's good. I've scribed that down on my little tablet of stone.
So you're going to stay here and do the upgrade?
I'm going to stay here for the afternoon and have my rivets buffed and be slightly slower for a little while, and then take my spare bits to the artificer if we find him, and get him to the foldaway convertible, thing.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I made a note. Take 250 out of your gold stash, and you spend the afternoon with this Goliath. What was his name again? Sorry.
Fawn.
Thorn Embercliff.
Yes.
Fawn Ember Cliff.
He he starts working on taking panels off and replacing them with heftier pieces, which grant you, like I said, it's a -5 to speed but +2 to AC. And it tickles a little bit.
What, constantly?
Well, as he's doing the work, yeah.
Cool. While he's getting the work done, we don't have to evolve it, I guess. We can see if Rixie can demagify the lance.
Okay, you go back to Rixie. She's quite pleased to see you, and her family are also quite pleased that you've arrived back. They all thank you for the money. Rixie is going to take a look at the spear, and she's going to attempt. I just want to quickly check out. I've got the spell in mind, but I just want to make sure it does the right thing. Otherwise, I'm going to quickly homebrew a spell for it. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves once I have a look at this.
Well, I'm having my armour upgraded. I'll be doing the spa day, but attuning to my crown at the same time.
Okay.
Things I've just sat there doing that a lot.
Yeah, can we get them items in a post?
I will send the I'll put all the details into Discord for you guys. I in fact will do that now before we. Okay, let me just copy that into Discord for you. 2 seconds. If I stick it in, have we got an items tab?
We have a group loot thing, I think.
We do have a group loot. Party shared funds.
Oh, we don't have group loot.
I thought we had group loot.
Yeah,
We don't have
party
group
shared
loot.
funds, yeah.
I'll stick it in party shared funds. That's fine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think the group loot is for
Paste that.
yours or
Go. Oh god, hang on. I can't send the whole thing because it's too big. All right. Remind me at the end, and I'll send it then because I'm messing around with the cameras now. Before we log off, remind me. Send the loot. Okay. So she's going to. Yeah, I think she would say to you, just looking at it now, she would probably say to you, she kind of, I'll try, and she starts casting dispel magic. I'm afraid it's too high a level for it's too high a school of magic for me. I just can't do it.
No, it's absolutely fine.
I'm
worry
sorry. It's whatever's on this thing. They didn't want it coming out.
Right.
maybe you shouldn't play with it.
I was half tempted to hit Pixis off of it and see what happened.
You would hit it with Pixis.
Yeah.
You could try. I'm not going to say it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, anything's worth a go, surely.
Yeah. Screw it. I roll to hit.
Roll to hit it with Pixis.
Right, actions. Oh, I get +5 to hit with him now. Shame he doesn't do much damage. That was a mistake. 1 second. I forgot I had the 15 to hit.
Yeah, I mean, what's the AC of a weapon? Yeah, you hit it.
And then it's 7 points of normal damage, and then there's frost damage on top. Ah, +2. So 7 points of pierce, 2 frost. Cold.
Yeah, it's just not enough. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
it doesn't even dent it. It doesn't do any damage to it visually. It just kind of like... Pixis might even give you a little, like... Needs more. More energy. Fire. Frost.
More frost energy.
Fire. Frost.
I'll cast Fireball. I'm joking. I don't have Fireball. That's fine. You're very helpful, Pixis, as always.
Pixis tries. Need more.
Start to compensate with a sword. Right.
Need more.
Eldritch Blast. Right, yeah, fair enough. I'll put Pixis away and I'll put the lance back on my back, I guess. Should we see if we can find a butcher for you, Opal?
Yeah, we can have a look.
What were you looking for?
Butcher, see if we can get some blood.
Yeah, there is.
Good stock.
There is a. Not so much a butcher. It's just too hot.
Yeah.
Okey-dokey. On the waterfront, there are like fish merchants, and it's literally like out the sea, head off, sold instantly.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Can
Then
we find somebody willing to be my like servant? So when she needs a drink, she can have some, something to eat.
There are certainly houses of ill repute that you could probably.
it seems the hotel already provides that, though, doesn't it?
The hotel,
No,
the hotel
don't
provides
you
like luxury, kind of like bathing and that sort of thing. But there would be seedier, not inns or taverns, like just open homes. I mean, actually, kind of like the original pubs or public houses were just houses that people opened up to the public to let in and drink, right? That's where pub comes from. So probably like that. There are probably residential homes where, where people can come in, drink, and they're less reputable.
Okay. I think we will go wait for Gottle and then look for Suba.
Certainly, as well in the slum area, in the Amber Quarter, the worst hit bit, you would most likely find someone willing to risk their life for gold. Because that's what they are doing with you. They are risking their life because you might not stop. So, it's up to you.
Opal will just follow Rollo because she doesn't want to stay by herself and she doesn't know what else to do. So she's like she's your minion.
But yeah, we'll go wait for Gottle then and go back to Zubar once Gottle's done.
Yeah, so Gottle takes, most of the day it'll be sort of like mid-afternoon, 3-4 o'clock. When he's finished, he comes out looking less prestigious because some of the decorative parts may have been taken off, but he's certainly looking very sturdy.
Looking good, Gottle.
Well, hello there.
It's up to Gottle. Gottle can describe himself how he looks now. I envision him, maybe he's been slimmed down and given a more muscular tonage to his metal frame.
I'd envision being a little chunkier and a bit more cavernous, hence the deeper voice, which I won't remember next week.
You will.
How did it take?
I've just finished now.
It was the best part of the day.
Do you think we should go look for this Zubar fella?
I think we probably should, unless you've got any other things to do.
Well, no, this lance seems it's only going to be getting opened at one of the colleges.
Gottle has now turned into Liam Neeson.
Got a very special set of skills.
So yeah, we'll go look for Zubar.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So you want to head back to the Amber Quarter, basically. And I do have a wee description for Zubar and where he is. So, bear with me 2 seconds. Yeah, so you find Zubar. So you go back to the Amber Quarter. And you find Zubar, and he's like sat next to a fountain. He's just there, sort of washing his feet. I'm just going to see if no, okay, yeah, he's just sat there, sort of washing his feet. When he sees you all coming, now I realise my attempts at doing a sort of more Asian accent last time turned into sounding more Russian, Eastern European. So I'm going to do my best this time. So he greets you as you come in. He says, "Oh, hello, my friends. I see you all come." Don't laugh, Bana.
I'm sorry, I cannot even do an accent, so.
Thank you for coming. Would you like some water, some fruit?
No, thank you. Not especially if you've been washing your feet in it.
No, not this water. I have separate water for drinking. This is the washing fountain. We do our clothes. We wash our feet, our bums.
No, I'm absolutely fine, thank you.
I'm good.
You wanted to see us, speak to us how deep this goes?
Ah, yes, I just gave you the opportunity to come and see if perhaps you might be able to help us with our plight, or at least would like to learn more of our plight. I think just to learn more about what is going on is good to educate other people.
Well, we're here to listen and hopefully we can help.
Well, I like to think you can help.
We've helped other places.
Well, let me tell you, this city's heart is still beating, but it's been bruised nearly to death. Lots of suffering, especially here in the Amber Quarter, the oldest part of the city. There is deep growing unrest. I'm not very happy with where everything's going. But I'm not the revolutionary type. I just want to help the people.
And how's that working out for you so far?
It's a slow progress. I believe in the council. I believe in Feranax. But we must be real in knowing that perhaps action is needed. I don't know.
In my history, it seems action was only the really way to actually get things done.
Perhaps you're right. It is the younger ones, they want to make noise, rattle cages. I don't blame them, but I know what happens when fire spreads unchecked. There is already division within our group. There are people like me, older group, who want peace through conversation. But there are those, the younger lot, like my granddaughter, Shani. She wants to rise up and fight.
So is she against the king or the council?
Oh, they are against everything. They don't see that one can be cured with the other. They believe they take this place and then they take Ilastandria. But this is not the way. I do not believe it's the way.
And you believe just talking to... How many times have you talked to this council?
I talk to the council regularly. I say, the people are not happy. You must start doing things to change. Our people are suffering. But they don't. They are trying. I know they are trying, but we believe something fouler is at foot here at work. We do not know what. But this is where, if you wish to help, I believe outside people would be good. You must choose. Do you become a mediator, voice of reason, or do you fight?
What do you think, guys?
We are divided.
Well, I think you start off by trying to mediate. And then if they don't listen to you, you crack their heads together.
Subar, what is the best outcome for you and your people?
I believe the council are trying their best. They were doing very well. They had done well for most of my life. Of course, there are new members on the council. They are of different peoples, and some have died of old age, been replaced by newer members. I myself, and he is a human, by the way, I am very old. I will die soon, I'm sure, or I hope not, but it will be down to the next generation. I just don't want the next generation to have to fight. I want them to live in peace, as I have known peace for many years. This unrest has only happened in the last, 10 years?
And
So
is that
what-
because no change has been done?
It has been slow. Nothing happened in the beginning, and then it very slowly became worse and worse. It is taxation. Taxation pressures. They are bleeding us dry. Every shipment, every cartload, every coin. It's been suffocating, but slowly suffocating. It's not just a policy. It feels orchestrated or manipulated. You hear the traders speaking of the king has gone mad, but I think there is more to it than the king going mad. There's mention. What were you going to say, young man?
In what sense? What do you think's going on? What's your theory of what's going on?
We do not believe, some of us do not believe. We know the king. We were once part of a union of traders, and we would go to the king in Alexandria, and we would talk, and we would address issues, and we would speak, and we knew the king. And this isn't the king I remember. He will not be seen anymore. There is something wrong, or like someone is pulling the strings. We do not believe he's himself. Others say he is old, he is going mad, he is a dwarf, and dwarves are driven by lust for gold and wealth. And this may be true, but he was never like this before.
And is there anyone new on the King's Council?
The king has been locked away for many years. We do not know. There's been strange shipments coming and going, but nobody ever sees them. They are always hidden by these guards.
The brass guard.
Yes.
And when do the shipments come in?
Go on, Cole.
Go on, Rodeo.
No, you go, mate.
I was just going to say, shipments, you say. By ship, large amounts, what are we talking about here?
Yes. Big ships come. These guard, they take over the dock, and we never see it. It is off and on, off and taken away before we can even see what it is.
When you say you never see it ever, like, do you I mean like
You cannot get close enough, my dear.
How often are these shipments?
Every now and again, there is no regularity to them.
Should we? I don't know if we can actually hide somewhere and see if. Do you know, are these ships coming regularly? Do you know how often or so?
No, they come and go when they please. We do not know.
Is there one now here?
No.
No. You would know. The town would be flooded with guards. Let me just say this. That dragon sits on the council, but cannot sit at every table. He tries, but even he is seen as part of the problem now. He is good. He has always been good. When I was a boy, when I am now man, he has always been good. But it almost seems like he is out of touch with the street level suffering. Perhaps this is a route for diplomacy.
We need to speak to Pharanax as well. Where will we find Pharanax?
During the day he is on the council, in the council building, but at night I presume he goes to his own private quarters.
And where would we find your granddaughter?
Ashani. Well, Ashani, she roams in the secret tunnels, you see. It's where a lot of the youngsters go.
Be interesting to see what her point of view is as well.
And he has like a walking stick, which he pump on the floor, and you kind of think, oh, that sounds a little bit more hollow than it should do. And a hatch opens up from like between you and him on the floor, and a little head pops out and goes, "Yeah? Ah, fetch for the shani." Okay. And this little head pops out under, and the door closes behind, or the little trap door closes. See? Secret tunnels.
Are they all over the city?
Oh, yes.
Did it go to Alessandra?
No. Alessandria is too far. If you wish
How
to go
far
to
is Alessandra?
Alessandria,
Alessandria.
at least 5 to 6 days travel.
What,
Through-
walking or horse? Or...
Oh no, we have beasts for this. If you walk, 2 weeks, but you will not make it, you will die. It is too hot. And there is no water between here and there.
Jeepers. Beasts and lots of provisions. Thank you. Do you think it'd be worth talking to the king and seeing if we can get anyone near it?
You have no hope of talking to the king. He has not seen anybody for years. Your only hope is here in Port Horizon.
What's
see.
your approach? You said you wanted the way of peace and all that, so you must have the ear of somebody.
I do not. I just go to the council when it is open, and I just make appeals, do my best, see what I can try and convince them to do. But it is hard work. They can only do what they are instructed to do by Lestandria, and even Feranax, unless he stood against Lestandria, could not do anything.
What would happen if did go against Alessandra?
He would be one man. We have only a simple guard. This is why we sent the other governor to Port Bree to see what help he could muster. But he never came back.
Celadon?
That's the one.
You
Albertus
never
Celadon.
even mentioned this place. Not, well, you mentioned it, but not how it was in...
I believe he did actually tell you that he was there to settle a trade dispute.
Yeah, trade disputes, but he didn't say it was bad here.
But the thing is, you never actually questioned him on it.
No, we didn't.
And you don't know what he's been doing in the council chambers the whole time.
No. No. Still don't trust him.
So to be fair, you can't really accuse him of not doing anything.
Yeah, I can stir pot.
To be honest, isn't that what we do with councillors anyway? Because how many of you have ever been to a council meeting, and how many of you think your councillor does a good job?
Well, that is very true. But we're not here to talk UK politics.
Sorry about that. I have been in council meetings, and God, are they dull.
I have, yeah, me too. It was pretty crap.
So, yeah, we'll see what Shani's got to say, and then we'll see if we can get a meeting with our dragon friend.
Well, as you say that, Ashani pops her head up. She's a rather scruffy, ragtag-looking individual. Dirty, very loose clothes. It's very much a street urchin. Looks like she hasn't washed in several weeks, and she comes out of this hole. She stands in front of you and she says, I'm trying to get the voice in my head now. Yeah, bruv, what do you want?
I just we wanted to see your take on the taxation issues that's going on.
Yeah, taxation. Yeah, we're gonna. I don't know what this accent is. I'm not even doing. Yeah, we're gonna. I'm trying to go like London streets, but it really isn't working. Apologies for anyone in London listening to this. Yeah, so we're just gonna, cause trouble, innit?
Right. Okay. And do you really know what's going on? Or are you
Yeah,
just making trouble for trouble's sense?
yeah. They're just like, innit? Just it's the man, and they're just they've made my grandpa's life hard, and my mum and dad's life hard, and they're making our lives hard by it. But there's no money. They're taxing us. It's the council. It's their fault.
So you'd like to not pay any tax then?
No, I'm not paying them any tax. I don't even work. I haven't got a job.
So what are you protesting against taxes for?
Because it's been a problem for 3 generations, bruv, and I'm trying to make sure it's not a problem anymore.
It'd be less of a problem if you got a job and paid some taxes.
It'd be less of a problem if they weren't trying to make us pay too many taxes. If I don't work and I don't pay them any tax, then, their whole system will come.
Twice as much off me.
Their whole system will come crashing down.
No. What they do is they charge us poor saps who pay our taxes extra.
Yeah, but you'll all be dead soon, and it'll be just us left, and then they'll have no income at all, and they'll be gone.
And you'll have no services, and you'll all be up shit creek.
We haven't got any services anyway. What service we got? We got the shitty town guard. What do they do? Nothing. Those brass guard come down here and they bully. The brass guard come down and they bully everyone. You saw that man in the street, surely. You saw what he was saying and what he was doing.
It was very loud. I noticed that.
It's only because Ferronax turned up, and even then we don't trust him. So, what do? We got no money to leave here. We can't go into the desert. We'll die.
We'll decrease the surplus population.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're hoping the old lot will die off, and then we can get rid of this government because we don't pay any taxes. Sorry, Grandpa. And he says, "Oh, you are so lost, child."
I'd agree with the old man. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much off of him.
He just gives her a backhand. What was that for? And, you are so disrespectful. Now get out of my sight.
So, right, let's see if we can get a meeting with Faranax at some point today. I know council members are quite busy.
Ah, a meeting with Ferronax. This will not be easy.
Well, what's the best way to do it? Obviously, we're foreigners.
Then you have very little chance. Very little chance.
So what would you like us to do? Because if we've got no chance of talking to the person that can help us.
Well, I'm not saying you cannot speak to Ferronax. I'm saying it is going to be very difficult. As you say, you are outsiders.
So how do we become insiders?
Well,
we're international stars of stage and stage.
You have a voice untouched by local grudges. Maybe you can help others see sense before someone does something we can't undo. You could be peacekeepers, investigators, something like that. That would get the attention. It's, you can do things to get his attention. You could walk away.
I feel like we do need some help. How would we get his attention?
Maybe if we dropped the names of some of the other dragons around the place, we might get to hear of it and be intrigued as to why we were mentioning dragons.
Might just start popping off the dragons' names that I've been searching for in my notes for the last hour and a half.
Well, there was Lady Alora, but she wasn't much use to us now because she's dead. But there was another dragon.
But at the Dragon Shrine,
went
you
off doing.
at the Dragon Shrine, you did announce Lady Laura's death, and he almost certainly would have heard that.
That's right, and there was Ron Diff, who I think is some kind of transmission.
Land Rover part, wrong death.
Certainly is with mine at the moment. Ron Diff, that's the fella, isn't it? Because, you know, I've got this NPC's channel notes that I've got there with all the names in.
At least someone keeps on top of it. Well done. In fact,
they're all here.
I'm going to give Corbs a point of inspiration for that because you're keeping on top of the channels.
Hey. So, we could throw Ron Diff's name around a bit and see if any of Feranax's contacts know.
I don't want to give you too many hints and clues, but you will remember Ron Diff hung around here for a while before heading to Porthbury when she met with you guys. If you remember, there was word there was a green dragon hanging around Port Horizon.
Yes. There was, which is why I went looking back at my notes to see who they were and what they were called.
Good job.
Pretty well at that.
I've actually made a new note page now called Dragons. Green.
Well, it's over to you. I think I've done quite a lot of speaking, so I'll let you guys have a chat and decide what you want to do.
I think you're on to a point there, Gold, if we start name dropping Aurora Rondiff. That might gain the attention of the Faranax here.
It might well do. If I think of any jokes that I could incorporate Rondiff into, then obviously I'd do a bit of a comedy gig and that to get an audience and do that. But I can't think of anything that's particularly funny about Rondiff.
She took my cow.
She definitely did have a penchant for cows.
Yeah.
But you gave it to her as a gift, so fair dues. She was very polite and took it. I'd have asked for a gift receipt.
Oh yeah, Rondiff's my local dragon to my local town. So yeah, I think we'll go back into the public and just.
I mean, other than that, is it possible to get in on a council meeting or petition one? Councils are there to represent the people. So there must be a mechanism for the people to talk to them or to communicate with them somehow.
Yeah, when was you going to be sitting in again? Super. When are you sitting in the council again?
Oh, well, there's usually a weekly meeting.
And when's the next weekly meeting?
Oh. Hold on while I decide how long the next weekly meeting is away. 2 days.
you think you can get us in? Or is it an open house? Or
Oh, it is an open house where people can go and talk and address their concerns, and it's usually the same thing. It's always tax this, tax that. Oh, it's unfair. Oh, I don't have enough money. What are you going to do to help me? And it's always the same thing from them. We're doing our best. The king is gone quite mad. Stuff like that.
yeah, I'm quite interested to meet this king.
Not just mad, he's absolutely livid.
Yeah. So I think the next best bet is probably the council meeting, and also name dropping. Get ourselves a bit known in the area. See if there's any little take on.
Is it like a local government office?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, the council.
It's like a little council building. It's like it's not massive. It's just a small building where Ferrenax and the other sort of like councillors sort of try and do their best to balance the books for this place effectively. If anything, it's more like a bank. They're effectively trying to
What?
keep law and order, but also make sure the town's profitable.
What I'm thinking of is we could maybe drop a note off there saying that Rondiff's friends are in town.
Yeah.
Seeking audience with the mighty Fernax.
Yes, let's do that. Let's get your little
We
calligraphy set out.
We did get on quite well with Rondiff.
Yeah, we got on quite well with all.
You had a brief encounter with Rondith.
Yeah, we got on better with
We gave her a cow.
Yeah. We're best buddies now. We gave her a cat. Friends for life. Matching bracelets and everything.
Beef bros.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I think that's probably actually the best bit if we can write a letter.
So you want to write a letter?
Yeah, to say that Rhonda Smith's in town.
And who's writing the letter?
Cottle's got the calligraphy kit.
I've got the forgery kit there. Yes.
Okay.
So,
Gottle, I would like you to write me a letter that is going to convince that's going to convince Ferrenax for an audience. You can do it now, or you can do it between this episode and the next. I don't mind. It depends on your timescales.
okay. Do it later.
I think we should probably have a look around town and see if there's any work we can do to get ourselves a little bit more noticed as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll thank mate Subar. Yeah. Is there any job boards?
No, but you can speak to the traders, and they might have things for you. You can do.
Let's go talk to some traders.
I do have a thing for this. I just have to find it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's in one of these three tabs. I just have to find it. Feel free to talk among yourselves for a moment while I figure it out.
How about we just go dethrone the king? Decapitation. We can do the whole French Revolution.
It's definitely not.
Is it
that one.
going to be very messy?
Liberté, fraternité, a cup of tea.
That's the Ferren coming out of me at the moment.
Aha.
I think Ferren in this campaign would be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, you can go and talk to the traders. Give me a trader you want to go talk to. You've got Bountiful Flowers, Linear Wind Petal, obviously Desert Flame Blacksmiths, Thorn Embercleft, Silkies. There is, you got Taking the Piss Tannery, Garrick, Elixirs and Tinctures, Tevin Rin. These are people like, Thingy or Zubar will tell you to go and maybe have a chat with. Rixie might have something. These are all like rumours he's heard. There's now.
Yeah, okay.
This one might be more dangerous, but there is a woman, a secretary on the council, called Mina Quillstroke. She thinks that maybe someone is leaking information to these Bronze Guard. Might be worth a look, might be an in with Fernax.
Seems like the best lead we've got so far.
But
where we
there
find
are
Mina?
plenty of the other people will want help too, with something, I'm sure. Mina is a secretary in the council building.
So it's up to you guys. We can either go straight to Mina or see if we can help Gottle's friend or Rixie.
Well, we have to start from somewhere. We can start with her.
Yeah, let's go talk to Mina.
Tom's making notes on it. Yeah, so, sorry, just making notes so I knew where we were. You go to the council building and it's the same as all the other buildings, sandstone, big awning, all that sort of stuff. Doesn't look remarkable at all. And you enter, it's very basic inside, again, very Mediterranean. It's a very small sort of entrance room. And there is Mina, who is a tiefling, red-skinned, very much accustomed to the heat. She doesn't seem to be bothered. She's actually wearing tweed, despite the heat. And she'll sort of look up at you, and she's got like these little round spectacles, which she sort of pulls down to the end of her nose as you come in. And she says, "Yes, can I help you?"
Well, we're actually looking to help you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't start in the Amber Quarter till much later this evening.
It's good to know. I'll keep that in mind. No, we were told by
Well, what's your name, handsome?
Rodeo.
Rolio. Tell me, Rolio, do you like leather?
Well, when I'm on my ship, yeah, keeps you.
Oh, on your ship, eh? Oh, a rich merchant's man, even better.
He clears his throat. Our friend says you might be onto something in regards to rumours in the brass guard.
Friend? And who is your friend?
Suba.
Oh, Zubar. Good old predictable Zubar. So what has he told you? What hasn't he told you?
He probably hasn't told us a lot, to be fair. But yeah, supposedly someone might be giving leaks out to the brass guard.
Zubar, that's not information to be passing around freely.
Well, he believes we can help as outsiders to the cause.
But who are you? I don't know who you are. You mentioned you have a boat. You're clearly not residents.
Radio. My tin friend here is Gottle, and my young companion is Opal.
She looks over
We're
the desk
adventurers.
at Opal and Rodeo and Gottle. Oh, right. Well, I suppose now he's opened his big fat mouth. You know all about various things.
Yeah, we can always learn more though.
Something's been going on in the town. She stops herself and sort of looks about. Right, come behind the desk and come in my office. She takes you into a separate room. And it's, usual sort of receptionist office. There's lots of books and folders and paper everywhere. I believe somebody has been leaking information to these brass guards from Illustandria. I haven't said anything to Ferrenax just yet, because if I do, he's going to take drastic action. I just know it, and I don't want it to come to that. I don't want bloodshed in the streets. I want our people to be prosperous and happy. I am sympathetic to Zubar. His granddaughter, on the other hand,
Yeah, useless.
well, I wouldn't say useless. Her and her companions are, well, very militant, and though I applaud them for it, they have balls. I don't know if that's the right way of doing it, and Ferrenax would very likely go off the handle, and I like Ferrenax. I don't want anything to happen to him if he does. So we need to play this on very quietly and learn more. You'd be best off talking back to Ashari and finding out what she knows about any underhand dealings. Zubar is great. He's very level-headed, but he doesn't know what's going on, really. He knows what's going on, but he doesn't really know what's going on. He's very blinkered.
Sticking his head in the sand, basically.
No, he's active, but he has an approach, and I'm not saying that approach is the best. I'm not saying Ashari's approach is the best either. You need somewhere in the middle. Action, but a level head, and neither of them have both qualities.
Okay. So if you got it, so talk to Ashari, so she's got a bit more information to give us about these leaks. Can you get us into the tunnels?
What tunnels?
Never mind.
Well, you've said it now. What tunnels?
Just tunnels.
Make a deception check.
Oh, Jesus.
We haven't had enough dice rolls tonight.
No, that's the fourth. 18. Yeah.
I'm sure I didn't know what tunnels you're talking about, but fine.
Okay. Right. Do you know anyone that would be doing these leaks? Is there anyone that you've got on your radar?
No, not specifically. But it seems to me they must be someone on the council. It must be tax related.
How many members are on the council?
5. Including Ferrenax.
We got any chance of getting the name of the other 4?
Oh, I thought you were going to do this to me. Because I wasn't expecting you to bloody go here. Not tonight, anyway. Okay. No, it's fine. Let's write down council members. You got Maureen,
Of course.
who is a beast folk cow lady, who's utterly delightful. Fergus, who's a halfling. Ribona, Ribona. She's a half elf. And Spixie. She's a gnome.
Bixie and Wixie. I thought they were even related.
Oh, yes, darling, they are related.
I see. Yeah. Interbreeding. Right, so we need to find a Shari again.
I now have to try and figure out, because I've said it, how Spixie and Rixie are related, but one being a gnome and one being a bloody goblin. Do you know what? Actually, you know what? Let's make life easier. We can just say Spixie is also a goblin.
Okay.
And is Rixie's sister. How about that?
Bixie.
Rixie. I thought you said Bixie.
I thought you said Bixie.
It's Rixie is the goblin in the store. Spixie is the sister of Rixie, and is also a goblin.
Right.
There, I've said it is canon.
Good, another bit of canon. Right, okay. So, do you think before we go talk to Shari, see if any of the traders need any more help?
Yeah.
Yeah, take your pick.
I think we do Fawn first.
You want to go back to the Goliath. Yeah, okay. You go back to the Goliath, you go out to see Fawn. And he said, "Oh, hello, good day, nice to see you again."
Nice to see you too.
In fact, you haven't actually slept, have you? It's now night time. Sorry. It is going into night time. He's closing down. It's closing down for the night. Yeah, because it was late afternoon when you went to see Zubar. So yeah, he's closing down for the night. Oh, nice to see you. I'm sorry, I'm not open anymore. How's your upgrades feeling there, Gottle?
Quite heavy, but other than that, they're great.
Good. Not itchy or anything.
No, a little bit of chafing in the old groinal attachment area, but I assume that'll wear off.
He pulls out looks like a wineskin, and he says, "In this heat, it stays liquid. It's beef tallow. Rub that in the joints every night for the next week. It'll go away."
Holy, thank you very much. It's grand.
Anyway,
We're
I'm closing down. What do you want?
just going to see if you needed us to give you any help.
Well, I always need help. What sort of help are you offering?
Well, we're multi-talented.
Hmm.
Not much we can't do.
Well, I mean, just the other day, my prized forge hammer had been stolen. Could find it for me.
Any idea where you last saw it or who's took it?
Well, I did some asking in the pub. Seemed to be a group of street brawlers. They were knocking about here when it went missing.
Where do they normally reside?
Well, they're street brawlers, mate. They turn up and they fight in the street and they bugger off again before the law tells them otherwise.
I see. Is that like nightly or?
I don't know. I don't hang around here in the night. You're gonna have to do a bit of digging, I suppose, aren't you? I'm trying to think. Did I recognise or did I remember the name of this group of brawlers? I mean, I know what it is somewhere. I just have to find it because my memory's not too great, you see, and sometimes I forget things. I have to, refer back to. Oh dear. No, I don't know. Can't remember. Just a bunch of brawlers in the street. Must have stole it then.
Okay. Nice. We'll keep an eye out for these ballers for you. Nice. Right. We'll let you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, alright mate. Thank you. I'm going to go to the pub.
We'll probably see you there later on.
Oh. See you then.
So, yeah, well, there's no point in checking out the other traders if everyone's closing down. We could go to the pub. Cole, Binnis?
I don't see why not. I have finished my note there that I can hand in the council offices, post it under the door or something on the way.
Where have
maybe
you?
post it in the morning.
Where did you post it to?
I posted it in my chat channel there.
Okay, right. This is going to ruin the cameras. I'm sorry, YouTube, but I'm going to have a quick
Got
look
me
at
to
this.
read it to you.
Yeah, go on then. Why don't you read it to me? That won't ruin the cameras then.
It's only a short note. To the grand and mighty Fernax, greetings! ! As friends of Rondis, we seek an audience with you to discuss the recent unrest that we've encountered after arriving in your fair city. We understand that your time is precious, but we believe that we may, with your esteemed guidance, be able to contribute to the harmonious resolution of the current issues, resulting in increased citizen engagement and tax revenue. Yours sincerely, the Friends of Rondith.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll find it.
Okay. You'll have to, if you slip it underneath the door, obviously it's being dark now, slip it underneath the door and you'll have to wait to see his response, but I like it. Yeah, great, okay.
So while we're walking to the pub, I just want to keep my eye out for any unsavoury sorts.
I was going to write a note. Okay. Yeah, I mean, people are just going about their business, really. Just it's dark, it's hot still. There are various little lizards roaming about, picking off insects. Yeah, I mean, traders are closed down for the night, and there's a nice little atmosphere of maybe street music, some maybe street foods going on, that sort of thing. Are you heading towards the Red Oasis?
Is that the main pub?
That's the pub where you stayed, yeah.
Yeah. We'll head towards Red Oasis.
Yeah, which you go into, and it's like that little courtyard, open courtyard of its own little fountain, and it's all lit up with candles and lanterns. People again, there's exotic foods and drinks being sold.
I'll go order the businesses at the bar.
You get to the bar, and the barman. Oh, let me get my notes for the Red Oasis. Madame Syra, the tiefling, again deep red skin. She looks at you and you order a Guinness. And did you have Guinness last time?
No, I had a bum cocktail last time.
Yes. She says, I'm sorry, my dear, we don't do Guinness here.
Carl, there's no Guinness.
Well, what have we got there apart from 3 holes in the ground?
We do lovely lagers and white wines, spirits, but I'm afraid Guinness is far too heavy a drink in this weather.
What am I going to have my cornflakes in the morning?
She produces a clear liquid. What about this? It is Babsinthe.
Absinthe, now that's a drink.
Shots of absinthe. Then.
Careful now, I hear it'll make you go blind.
Well, you know, sight is overrated.
You having a absinthe, Opal?
Sorry, yeah. The wine is really strong for Opal. And she's just... I'm sorry, I cannot concentrate.
So,
yeah, I'll order some absinthe.
yeah, you get your drinks. Mark off 10 gold if you're going to be drinking all night.
Yes. Drink.
Literally downing absinthe like it's going out of fashion.
Are we going to see the green fairy?
I think it's a clear fairy.
Okay.
So we won't see it then because it's see-through.
Why? There's my gold. My gold's starting to dwindle.
The night goes on, if there's nothing to be said.
We'll keep an eye out on the locals and stuff like that. But
You see Kellum. Kellum is also Kellum Freehand, the half-orc bartender. He's working with the Warforged prosthetic arm. Is there any goal to this, or what are you up to?
Yeah, just trying to see if they can hear any rumours, hear any more information about the taxation.
Yeah, well, what you do see is some, like, travellers coming in, and they instantly go to the fountain and start taking cups and drinking from the fountain, and they seem to be instantly refreshed.
Oh, some magic fountain.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, what do you want to do? Or are you just going to
After
bed?
seeing that, can I try a glass of water from the fountain?
You can. As you've been in the town, and the town has its own air circulation with the overhead fans, as mentioned before, doesn't have any effect like it does for the travellers, but it does give you 1d10 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
And you also get 1 hour of heat resistance. You just feel really cool.
I always feel cool. This water might be beneficial, guys. I think if you want to take a drink, see how it works on you too, because you're both not human.
Yeah, I can give it a try.
There's like a local old crone hanging by it, and she says, she looks up at you, Rodeo, and says, if you're really hot from the desert sun, it will take away the heat exhaustion.
That's very helpful. We have to bottle this up.
No, you mustn't bottle it up. You'll anger a Pharanax. It is free for everybody. Don't bottle it up.
I wasn't looking at selling it.
No, no, outsider, tourist,
You're
get
making
out
it worse.
now!
It's okay, so he wasn't going to bottle it up really, he was just asking whether he could. But now he knows he can't, he won't, don't worry.
My friend, he's a Goliath, you know. He'll drown you in these waters if you dare bottle it up.
But I'm not one for bottling anything up, you know. Let it all out is what I say.
I don't like you. And nor does my
That's
friend
all right.
either.
They
Who's your
don't,
friend?
well, I don't really care.
Why?
We're
Why are
wanted.
you
We're
upset?
wanted people, you know.
Why are you upset?
This is my. Stay away from my fountain. You
Your fountain, I
fountain.
thought it
You
was-
fountain
You
bottlers.
said
This fountain has been keeping me alive. I've been alive for longer than I should have been. Get away from my fountain.
we just had a question.
Get away from my fountain. Leave my fountain. Do you know how old I am? I'm
27 and had a
506.
hard life.
I'm 567 years old.
Well, that's a convenient number.
Very.
Opal is, as she's talking like that, she kind of goes into the shadow and she becomes invisible.
I've been drinking his water for years.
So,
I'm gonna start backing away from the crazy old cookies.
How long ago was the convergence?
450 years.
can she?
So
It's
they'll
like-
remember what happened before that then.
I do remember. I remember before the world went crazy.
Can you, by any chance, tell us what happened in this? Were you in this neck of the woods and what happened here, you know?
I was in this neck of the woods, yes.
So what happened during the old, event?
Well,
Go outside.
there was a loud bang from quite a long way away, and basically it didn't really have much bearing on us until that bloody bunch of paladins went roaming round the place and they were killing everybody.
I can see how that'd spoil your day.
Oh, it spoilt many a day. My poor old husband, he got it, you know. He was a wizard.
Was he now?
Aye, they didn't like him, so they cut his throat.
Maybe they were just really, really, really bad barbers.
No, they were definitely a bunch of paladins. They said they were some sort of gauntleted order. Didn't like him. He did magic, so they cut his throat. They went around land cutting all sorts of throats. It was only then, and I remember it like it was yesterday, this great big beast come out of the sky, red as you like, and it burnt them all to a cinder. And then, before my very eyes, turned into a man of proportions I've never seen. And he still lives here today. People say I'm mad. Mad, they say I am. Too old. I should be dead. Well, I should be dead. Something about this water. It's been keeping me alive. I drink it every day. Anyway, he said he was going to keep us all safe. And he's still there, you know, in that council building. He's been there ever since. I love him. I love him. But people say he's not doing any good anymore.
But you'd vote for him.
I'd vote for him. He saved us. Didn't save my dear husband Horace, but he saved the rest of us who didn't get slaughtered by them men. And then we heard news from all around the world that kings and queens were falling and people were electing people to talk for them. Governments, they called it. But it never happened here. Our monarchy, they stayed strong. And now we have a little council here to try and be the balance between the two.
You'll remember the king then as a young man.
Oh, I remember his father and his grandfather and his great-grandfather. I'm trying to think of how long dwarfs live for, about 150, 200 years, so... Yeah, I think great-grandfather's the limit.
Good family, reasonable rulers, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, the loveliest. Oh, they were very lovely.
You said they were very lovely. Does that mean you don't think they are now?
Oh, he went mad. People say I'm mad, but I think he's gone mad, this king.
What's the king's name again?
Oh, you son of a gun. I never wanted you to come to this place. You're supposed to stay in Portbury.
Stay where I put you. Don't move round. Right. Well, you know.
His name... Oh, God. In fact, did I not give him a name? No, I didn't give him a name, did I? Okay. His name is Horace Astrid. King Astrid.
It's like a car name. King Astrid.
No, genuinely, I never expected to be coming here and asking so many questions. I'll be quite perfectly honest with you.
That's the trouble with giving us our own bloody boat, isn't it?
That's the trouble. Never mind, it's all good fun and games.
Right, well, I think I'm done with bothering you there, aged one. You're not as old as I am, of course. No, well, you might be. No, you're not.
Am I not?
But you're doing pretty well. No, you've not shrunk as much as you might have done.
I think when you drink every day from this fountain, it builds up and up and up. Lots of D10s on top. You know, you can go on forever.
Well, you certainly have done that.
I don't know what a D10 is, but you know.
I'd imagine it's some kind of vitamin.
Aye, yes, the vitamin D10. Yes, quite so. Vitamin D10 is rife in this water.
That must be it. Although I'm not sure that hit points are proof against aging. But it must be doing something for you, because I've never seen such an old fella with such a good head of...
Fella? What are you calling a fella? I'm an old crone. I'm a woman.
Well, it's very difficult to tell that when you reach a certain age, you know, when you go over the age of 21.
You rude little fucker. Get out of my sight. Get away from my fountain.
Oh, I keep you have 'em.
I haven't got any hair.
Bloody strange geezer.
Right. Should we call it a long rest night? Unless there's anything else of interest in the lobby going on.
Well, no, I think, you know, that we'd probably want to maybe see if there's any nibbling on our note. And if not, we'll have to attend the council meeting.
I can honestly tell you that
from the sidelines.
there wouldn't be anyone looking at your note tonight. It'd be tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's what I mean, in the morning, you know.
Yeah.
I've worked for a local council. I know how long it'll just be sat there in the inbox going, I'm opening that. Yes, am I? You're not on mail opening today. Well, I am, but I'm not opening that one. Why not? Because it's in your inbox, not mine. That kind of thing. Goes on all the time. Council mail offices. The only thing that gets mailed on time is the bloody parking charge notices.
Never had a parking ticket.
I got done this week for driving through a bloody bus gate in Preston that wasn't signed.
Oh dear.
Apart from the big letters bus gate on the road.
The crone says, I don't know where Preston is and I don't want to know what a bus gate is. Can we just stay on topic?
Well, I've got away from your fountain. Why are you listening to us now, you old crone?
'Cause I'm nosy bugger. That's all I've got left in my life. The fountain of being nosy.
The fountain of being nosy, that's a hell of a name to it. I tell you what though, in my disguise pack here, I've got a luscious head of hair that you can, have if you'd like one.
Yes, just don't give me a chin beard.
No, it's not for beard. It's you put it on the top of your head, and it makes you look like, Cher or something.
Oh, I'd like to
You're
look
about
like
the same age.
the famous rock star Cher. Yes, I'd like to look like the famous rock star Cher.
Okay, well, I've got wigs, babe. So here we go.
She takes 1d4 of psychic damage and dies. No, all the D10s she's built up, she's this is the BBEG. She is going to absolutely annihilate you. She's got 500 years of D10s built up.
Sorry. Can you see where the source of this water is coming from?
No, it seems to be bubbling up from underneath the ground. It's like a natural spring, and it's kind of like what it is. It's what do you call it? Like a stone fountain. So there's like different like bricks. And it makes like a little pool, and it seems to be bubbling in the middle, and it seems to be coming up from underneath the ground.
Excellent.
Is there any like runes or anything on it, magic?
No, it seems perfectly natural. Nothing's been inspiring it. Nothing fuels it. It's just the natural magic of the earth.
Excellent. I'm going to go to the bar, buy a bottle of absinthe, and I'm going to pour it into the soil around the fountain.
Okay. As you do this, you kind of see like an arcane spark in amongst the absinthe as you sort of trail it in the circle around, almost as if it was like creating like a magic circle around this magical fountain, but it just doesn't take, unfortunately.
Can't even spike a fountain. How about that? I just wanted the old crone to get absolutely bladdered.
I was going to give it a cool little effect, but I rolled a 2, so unfortunately it didn't do anything.
It was a nice idea.
You tried.
I did.
So,
Right, I'm going to find a corner to go into Sentry Mode and rest.
And the other two are going to bed?
Yes.
Okie cokey, pig and a pokey. Yeah, that's fine. So, you all go to rest. Gottel, you are disturbed in the night. So you're in these guys gone to their rooms, but you are kind of like in this, well, where you were, in this foyer, this where the fountain is, and that, just in the corner in sentry mode. There's no one about. It's the middle of the night. It's pitch black. There's just lizards wandering about. A few torches still burning. And you feel a hand on your shoulder. And a little shake. Do you react?
Right. Yeah, I guess I'll look around. Might have to look up a little bit, I don't know.
It is Ashari looking over you. And she puts her finger to her lips to sort of quiet. Alright, bruv.
Right, so what are you doing up at this time at night?
Just come up from down the tunnels, and turns out they're not as safe as we thought they were. Me and my friends, we've just seen a host of little, I don't know what you call them, creatures, gold scales, skin, don't know, not very tall, but there were 4 of them, not very heavily armed. 2 of them looking a bit burlier, much more heavily armed, and 1 that seemed to be able to use magic. Don't know where they come from, but they seem to be. I think they were hoping that no one would be down there at this time of the night.
But given that you were, did you see where they were going?
They were just. We were hiding in one of our little rooms, and we just saw them coming down, and saw they were just wandering around. They didn't seem to be going anywhere particularly. They made a strange noise though.
What kind of strange noise?
They just went yip yip. And that is where we'll end the episode.
Yip yip.
Yip yip. So thanks very much for listening, guys, and watching if you're on YouTube. Thanks very much. I'm going to give them a shout out because we've done a little review for them recently on TikTok. Pocket Bard, thank you for the sounds in the background. As always, it's much appreciated. If you haven't checked them out, go check out Pocket Bard. Find us on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Easy Rollers D&D, Amion. Thanks and good night.
Bye.